Alright, so I wear jeans, obviously. I've got rid of the bike shorts, I can't wear those anymore. Wear a jumper, and then over the jumper I've got a jacket, not super warm, but just an extra layer. And then obviously warm socks. I also have been wearing gloves and a scarf. So this is all the stuff that I'm already wearing, and it's only -3. Hi guys, welcome to the video. Sorry, I'm very cozy today because it's freezing cold in my house at the moment. Seeing as though your arrival is coming up so soon, I figured we should do some more videos on everything you need to do to prepare for your arrival. So if you haven't seen, I have a video on your first 1 to 2 days in Canada, because those are so integral. Going through immigration, staying in Vancouver, going to Whistler, all those things are really important. But let's go back a minute. Let's plan for your arrival, because there's so much to do. I know that there is a bit of a waiting stage where it's like you get your visa and then you're waiting to get a job and then you're waiting to leave. It's such a awkward time where you're like, okay, I just want to go. So in the meantime, watch these videos and get ready to move to Canada. Wow, I look massive. If you haven't seen already, I do have a working holiday guide that has all the step-by-step on everything you need to get your visa and to move over. That's more of a visual guide. If you've watched my videos and you're trying to take in all the information but you want it in one spot, that's definitely the place to go. I also am going to do I also have a free download of everything I'm going to say in this video, just so you can check it off your list while you're packing. Okay, so packing, that's crazy that you're about to pack for Canada. I know it can seem a little overwhelming because it's like you want to make sure you have everything you need, but I'm just going to start by saying don't stress too much, honestly. A lot of things you can buy over there. My biggest message to you for this video is if it doesn't mean something to you, don't pack it. Like, don't pack. For instance, with Stefan, he was like, oh, I already have like all these jackets, I'll bring them over. But the thing is, if you don't already wear it all the time, or it's not really good quality, or it's not something that you know you're going to love to wear over there, please don't pack it, okay? And another important thing is don't buy too much in Australia to prepare for Canada. I really recommend buying a lot of stuff over there. Number one, I feel like the quality is a little different because it's designed for North America. For instance, all the winter jackets are Gore-Tex and really good quality. Another thing is if you are working for Whistler Blackcomb, you do get discount on retail in Whistler. So a lot of the times you end up buying stuff anyway. Like I bought so much stuff when I was over there because you get 40% off. Try and pack as light as you can. Another thing is if you're just planning to come for the winter only and then you're going to come back home, you're only going to have the same amount of weight to bring back. So if you pack a lot of stuff when you first get there, then you buy a lot of stuff, then you're coming home, you're going to have too much stuff, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. You're going to have too much stuff. And so obviously my stuff, because I was there for 3 years, so I had a lot of stuff. We had to buy a lot of suitcases, cost a lot of money to get our stuff home, but that's a very common thing. You're going to buy lots of stuff. There's going to be three main packing categories that I'm going to share to you. You got your backpack, which is going to have all your important stuff. You're going to have your carry-on suitcase, which is going to have some stuff. And then you're going to have your checked bag, like your main suitcase. We're going to start with your backpack because that's going to be the most important thing. So in your backpack is going to be your integral things that it's going to stay on your back at all times, other than when you're on a plane. You're not going to leave that thing. That's going to have your most dearest and important items, right? In no particular order, actually kind of order. Passport, obviously. You're going to keep your passport in your backpack. If you're a girl that has like a bag or tote bag or purse or whatever, that's going to be in your backpack, because when you're getting onto the plane, you can have two personal items. You can have a bag and you can have a carry-on suitcase. So you're going to, if you have a tote bag, you're going to put that inside of your backpack. Then you're going to have your documents folder that I told you about a million times. All your most important documents are going to be in that folder, so it's really easy to carry. That's going to have your POE. Please print your POE. That's going to be on a separate video, all those documents, but my God, please double check that. Just travel items that you can buy if you don't already have. So you're going to want a power bank. Obviously the airports have charging things, and on the plane you also have a charging port, right? But sometimes they don't work, so it's always good to have a power bank. You don't have to spend too much, but I definitely recommend having one just in case. You don't want your phone to go flat. That would be terrible. Your earphones are really key. You need to have noise cancelling earphones for the flight. Let me tell you that. This is a 15-hour flight, guys. Okay, keep that in mind. Then you're gonna have obviously your normal cord, your phone cord, whatever. This is less important, but like a universal adapter. So anything that has a power point, anything you own that goes into a PowerPoint won't work in America. You need to have a special adapter. So buy yourself one of those. It probably shouldn't be a big issue, but for instance, if you have a laptop, if you have a hairdryer, etc. Next, you want to have, if you have a laptop, definitely put it in your backpack. That's the easiest place to carry it, and then you can make sure that it doesn't get damaged or anything. And you're going to want a water bottle. Water is key, obviously. You need to stay hydrated on that flight, and it's just good to have your own water bottle. Don't be buying stuff. And then if you have any medication or anything that you're going to need that you don't want to get lost, that's going to be in there. Now, that's your backpack sorted. Anything that's really, 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 really important that you wouldn't want to go missing, that's going to be in that backpack. That's going to be your life. The next important one is going to be your carry-on. You want things in there so that if your checked luggage went missing, which is very common, that you can still survive without your checked. You want to think, okay, in your checked luggage, if you're gone, I'll be okay. So that's how I think of it anyway. Oh, I'm really cold. Your carry-on needs to be kind of light. I think it's like 7 kilos or something. Some places weigh it, some places don't. I'll tell you, I've had some heavy carry-on, let me tell you that. I'm pretty sure mine on the way home was like 14 kilos and they were like not impressed with me, but anyway, doesn't matter. I pack a few outfits, so just really casual outfits that you can wear if your luggage was to get lost, some pants, some shirts, whatever. Definitely lots of spare socks and undies, that can be that spot. And then I also pack a small toiletries bag. It should just be your most basic. Keep in mind, you can't have lots of liquid. I think it has to be under like 70 ml or something. I'll put it on the screen. So if you are carrying like toothpaste or something, it has to be a small one. If you're bringing moisturizer, it has to be a small one. When you are getting onto the plane, I want you to take that toiletries bag out of your carry-on and into your backpack, because during your flight, you're probably going to want to brush your teeth, you're going to want to brush your hair, you're going to want to put moisturizer on. If you don't feel like doing those things, I recommend that you do, because you want to freshen up, ready for when you get off your flight into immigration. Oh, another one for your carry-on, definitely, if you're not already wearing it, make sure you pack a hoodie. On your flight, it's either going to be cold or hot, or a combination of both throughout the time. So you want to have something that you can put on if you're cold and take off if you're hot. Also for your carry-on, make sure you pack some sort of pajamas or something, because it's always good to have pajamas. Not for your flight, but for when you get off your flight. And if you're too tired to go through all your checked baggage, you can just be like, okay, I got my carry-on, I got my basic toiletries, I got my basic outfits, and I don't have to worry about nothing else. So we've got your backpack ready, we've got your carry-on ready. Now your checked luggage, which is a huge one. So on your international flight, you should get more kilos, which is really, really important. I think it's normally 22, but I think it goes up to like 30 for some international flights. Definitely check that, because you'll probably go over, let me tell you that. I'm not going to go into detail on exactly how many shirts you can bring or how many pants you should bring, etc. That is totally up to you. But I will tell I'm going to tell you the things that should be kept to a minimum, because I know from experience that I packed all this stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll wear that eventually. Those things are like the things that you don't need to bring, or if you are bringing, it needs to be kept at a minimum. So obviously we've got the normal stuff. Like I said, shirts, pants, whatever. All those things, the number does not matter, as long as it's stuff that you already wear, that you already love, that you know you're going to wear all the time. If it's a shirt that you've like barely worn, but you're like, oh, I might wear that in Canada. No, it's not coming, okay? Only the best of the best. Hoodie, like I said, hoodie's important. Rain jacket, if you have a rain jacket that you love, bring that, because Vancouver is rainy and cold. The things that are going to be kept to a minimum. Active wear. If you're an active person or you go to the gym a bit now, yes, you can bring some activewear, but you're going to have to keep it at a minimum, because I'm telling you right now, it's highly unlikely that you're going to be going to the gym every day. You're already going to be working a lot. You're going to be snowboarding. You're going to be skiing. You're going to be drinking. You're probably not going to go to the gym that much. When you do, you can wash your clothes in the days between. So I would recommend like 2 outfits max. Okay, 2 sports bras, 2 leggings, whatever you normally wear to the gym, 2 max. And again, it's going to be winter, it's going to be cold, so you don't want like all these short shorts, right? You don't want all your booty shorts. Don't worry about your booty shorts. You're going out clothes. So I like brought skirts and dresses and whatever. You are not going to need all that. When you are going out in winter, it's fucking cold, okay? So you're not going to be wearing skirts. If you are, it's going to be very, very rare. So if you've got, nice dresses, nice skirts, don't bother. If you've got nice top that you like to wear when you're going out, yes, bring those, but the skirts and that, a minimum, okay? Swimwear, again, it's going to be fucking cold. So bring 1 or 2 max, because you might go in the sauna or might go in the pool or whatever, and then it will eventually be summer, but let's just focus on winter for now. So swimwear, minimum. And let me remind you, okay, when you're packing, I know it feels like, oh my God, like my clothes are so important. Your clothes are the least interesting thing about you. Not gonna lie, no one cares. A lot of the time, you're gonna be wearing a big ass winter jacket. When you're riding, you could be wearing a jacket and your pants. No one cares what you're wearing. Next, shoes. Again, minimum. Like personally, I have like sneakers, and then maybe you have like a boot or something, and then maybe 1 nice going out shoes if you really want. That's it. I also recommend indoor shoes, but you can buy them when you get here, so like slippers or Crocs. That's it. Moving away from clothes, I have a list of random things to bring that you might not have thought of. A towel. A towel is just always good. You know, it's just like your own towel. You don't have to stress. And if you were staying at somewhere that might, like a hostel, they might not offer towels. So bring 1 towel that you like. A laundry bag is ideal. So you can just get on Amazon. It's literally just a little bag. So then you can put all your dirty clothes in that bag, so that while you're traveling, you're not messing dirty with clean, and it just keeps it a little bit more organized. Supplements, if there's any supplements that you take that you don't want to buy again, definitely pack them in your checked, like fish oil, vitamin D, that kind of thing. Again, don't go out and buy 20 of them ready to go, but if you already have some and you want to bring it, definitely bring it. Make sure it's in its original tub. Don't be putting it into like Ziploc bags or anything. That's going to get you in trouble. And then I want you to bring some sort of stationery. So make sure you pack a pen, make sure you pack a journal. I know some of you might not want to do that, but I do really, really recommend it for while you're over there. Journaling is just like top tier, and it will help you remember your journey a little bit longer. In terms of toiletries, again, you had that important stuff like your hairbrush and whatever in a different one. In this one is all the rest of your stuff. So I would not recommend bringing like a big shampoo, big conditioner and that. Buy that when you're over here. But if there's anything that you personally use all the time that you're going to continue to use, if you have a certain face cleanser or lotion or whatever it may be, like I have so much random stuff in my toiletries bag. If you already have that stuff and you want to bring it, definitely bring it. That's so fine. Make sure you get yourself a good toiletries bag. I have a really good one that I recommend. It hangs up and it has like so many compartments and I love it. So that's where all that stuff is going to go. Oh, I didn't mention deodorant. Definitely bring deodorant in your little toiletries bag. It needs to be the roll-on, not the spray. You can't bring aerosol. Now, that's basically it, guys. It's very simple. Again, download my free PDF and then you can tick it off as you go. It doesn't need to be too much. My one tip for you is to buy some air tags. They're expensive, but they're so worth it. You can put one air tag in your checked luggage and then the other one wherever, backpack, doesn't matter. Then you can always see if your luggage made it with you. So every time I get off a flight, I check and I'm like, oh yay, my bag is with me. Some good little knickknacks for a long flight if you're like not a great flyer. Definitely a neck pillow is worth buying. You can get them at the airport or beforehand. You need to be able to sleep on that flight. It's a 15-hour flight. You can't not sleep, okay? So you got to find a way to sleep, and neck pillow is that. Snacks, obviously, hand sanitizer if you want to be that kind of person, which is so fair because planes are disgusting. Lip balm and lotion because your face gets dry, like I said. And an eye mask is really good for sleeping too. It's a little scary at first, but definitely worth it. So inexpensive as well. 2 more things that are good for flights is compression socks. So especially for females, when you're not moving on a flight, it can be really bad for blood clots. So putting some compression pants or socks on is really good for that. I don't know. I have a gross photo of my leg. Yuck. That was my first ever flight. Yuck. And then I actually bought a foot hammock too, because I personally can't sit with my feet touching the ground. So the foot hammock was like a game changer for me and just made it a little bit more comfortable. I think that's everything you need to pack. And then when you get over to Canada, that's when the real fun begins, because you can buy some really fun stuff. So you're going to buy your winter jacket over there. You're going to buy your thermals over there. You're going to buy your beanie over there. Anything warm stuff for Canada, you're going to buy over there. Okay? Do not buy it beforehand. It's not needed. Okay? It's not needed. So start with that. I hope that helps. Just a reminder again, go check out the video description and you can check out my free PDF, or you can check out the working holiday guide, whatever floats your boat. Make sure you keep watching the rest of this series. I definitely recommend the arriving in Canada videos, because it's kind of like all the step-by-step on going through immigration, which is a really, really scary part. So that's a really good spot if you're preparing for your arrival. Other than that, make sure you subscribe, because I'm always putting working holiday content out. And if you need any extra help, make sure you message me on Instagram, and I am more than happy to help with some specific questions that you guys have. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.